What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. Hope everybody's doing good and want stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. A little bit of everything this time. And I'm going to be running down my thoughts and feelings on this past weekend's awesome Building Temples from Deathfest up in Houston, Texas. This is a fest that's very near and dear to my heart, as this was one of the very first fests that I ever began attending as a metal fan and purveyor of extreme music. I remember the days back in 2013, 2014, I went up to Houston to the former Fitzgerald's venue, and for back-to-back years I got to see some really killer bands play that fest, such as Dehumanized, Guttural Secrete, Malignancy, Infernal Dominion. Just a very decorated who's who of extreme metal bands to play that fest. Unfortunately, I missed 2015 because obviously I was in Ohio for Hell's Head Bash, but still, that fest, I heard great things about that particular year. I think Waco Jesus, Cerebral Incubation played that fest. Really fun stuff. But yeah, this return has been long overdue, and I went Friday and Saturday, this past Friday and Saturday, and it was easily one of the most fun, if not tiring, experiences I've had attending a show this year, but it was absolutely worth it. And I'm going to try to explain everything to you as best as I possibly can. But yeah, what we're listening to in the background, Brodequin, Festival of Death. Oh my god, I got more to say about Brodequin really soon. We'll just put that right there. Yeah. Starting off with the prefest, this show took place this year at a venue called the Concert Pub North. My first time attending that venue, and I'd have to say I was really impressed with how things were as far as how the venue looked. It had a very chill, relaxed sort of atmosphere, a pretty decent sized stage, good sound from the speakers and everything. Every band sounded fun and great, and they definitely set the tone for what the evening would soon become. The Prefest had a really good deal of bands. You had people like my buddies from San Antonio, Defiled Crypt, opening up the show. They sounded great, as they always do, and I know that they will be putting out their debut full-length with Unmatched Brutality Records sometime in 2019. I'm looking forward to it. Putrid Womb from Houston is always a fun time. They did a very good set. I Am Destruction, all the way from Dallas. They are going to have a debut full-length coming soon on Unique Leader Records, I think. Demonseed were really good. I finally got to see Demonseed. I had been hearing a bunch of great things about them throughout the years, and finally getting to see them play, it was definitely something special. Baptized by Fire, that was another really great band that I was most excited to see, featuring Jim Case on guitar. Of course, he played in Uncleansed, Infernal Dominion, a whole bunch of great TXDM bands. And of course, Horde Casket closed out the set. Very solid stuff from what I was able to get a catch and glimpse of them. Obviously, there was so much going on, so many people to talk to, so many people to get acquainted with. It was just a wild and crazy opening way to get the ball rolling and started for the show. Then we get to the actual fest itself. There were two stages. There was a stage inside and there was a stage outside. The outside stage had its fair share of really interesting bands. The first band that I was able to get a glimpse of was Embodiment of Suffering, based out of Austin. Really good band. I know my buddy Renee from Flesh Hoarder plays drums for this project. Really killer death metal stuff. I'm very excited to see and hear what the future will hold for them. I believe they did a Dying Fetus cover, Grotesque Impalement. That was quite fun to see them play and do that. Very awesome. Then you had Reviled from Dallas. Reviled are another one of those newer brutal death metal bands to come out of Texas that I think many people need to be paying attention to. They're another band that got signed to Unique Leader Records. Eventually, I'm pretty sure a split between them and Defiled Crypt will happen sooner rather than later. But their set was fun. I fucking love that In Veracity cover they did of the song Savagely Beaten. I think it was Savagely Beaten. Conrad from Defiled Crypt came up and joined them, and it was a very, very fun cover. Very, very wildly entertaining. Yeah. A whole lot of other really great bands played the fest. I finally got to see Coathanger Abortion. Easily one of my favorite sets of the entire day. Old school, rotten to the gore sort of band. They played a bunch of really good songs. They had some killer covers too. They did a cover of the Cannibal Corpse song Beyond the Cemetery, and I immediately lost my shit. It sounded great. They sounded badass. And I mean, I have a very special sort of tie to these guys because I met their drummer Scott many years ago at Gore Growler's Ball in 2011, and I hadn't seen the guy since then. So it was really cool to get reacquainted and introduced to him all over again, catch up on everything. Just a really cool guy. I mean, their vocalist is great too. Robbie's a nice guy. Got to shoot the shit with him for a little bit. Definitely some great things in this band's future. Impaled Offering from New Mexico. They're a band that got signed to Ossuary Industries. Really killer band from New Mexico. Very impressive stuff, and I see some very solid things in this band's future. Bloodscribe from California were great. Finally got to meet their drummer, Jesus. I've known him for quite a little bit. It was cool to see him play and do some really killer work with the drums. Lots and lots of riffs to come out of that band, and it was very entertaining to see their set. You got a little bit of Ohio brutality going on with this fest. You had Sodomized, who were a last-minute replacement. They were really good. I enjoyed their set a lot. Yeah, Limbsplitter. Saw Limbsplitter earlier this year with, yeah, they were fucking great. Love their set. Love their energy and enthusiasm, and they just brought a whole nother level to their sort of set. Got a little bit more early Building Temples memories, flashbacks with some other bands that played previous years, like Sacrificial Slaughter. They were pretty fun. Sick were amazing. Love their set, love their music. They played some brand new stuff. It was fucking badass. Yeah, they did a Devourment cover of Festering Vomitous Mass. It was fucking insane. Love their set. Carpathian Funeral were pretty cool. Unfortunately, they were having some drummer issues, so they had to pretty much wing it and use some pre-programmed drum tracks, but I don't think it affected their performance all too much. I think they still sounded fucking great. Rottenness from Mexico. Really great to see the guys in Rottenness again. A little bit of a revamped lineup. You had Matthias from the band Invidiosis doing vocals for them. Really enjoyed their set. Very energetic, very high energy and high paced. Love that shit. Desecrate the Faith were fucking awesome. I can't believe I remember that back in 2013 I saw them play. I don't remember if they played the actual fest or the pre-fest, but it was cool to see how far this band has evolved with their sound. They had a new guitar player. Pretty much no real big difference other than the fact that everything sounded sick as fuck. Their set was really good. Yeah, the headliners were amazing. Abuse from Canada. Really awesome to finally see Abuse. They had been putting in some hard work over the years. I know they've been playing other sorts of fests, but it was the first time playing Building Temples from Deathfest. Really entertaining set. Mike from Desecrate the Faith joined them to play drums. It was a very awesome set. I loved their Funeral Inception cover that they did. That was totally out of the blue and unexpected. There was a dude in a penis costume just moshing and going crazy. That was some fun, entertaining stuff to see that. Then we got Imprecation from Houston. They were the old schoolers, big old schoolers out of the bunch. Really enjoyed their set list. They played a lot of stuff off of Ceremony of the Nine Angles, played some stuff off of their debut album. They have some new material coming out, I believe, in 2019, which I'm really stoked for. Really badass Imprecation set, probably one of the better sets I've ever seen out of those guys. Next was one of my most anticipated bands for the weekend, and that band being Brodequin. not only was it important to me to finally see Brodequin, but it was also very important to me to finally meet their drummer, Jan. He was such a cool guy to hang with and talk to. I can definitely tell that he came a long way from coming from the Netherlands all the way to Texas. But it was fucking great to finally meet him and talk to him and, you know, share all the love that I've shared with him throughout social media throughout the years. But to do it in real life, even better. Love you, Jan. But yeah, Brodequin's set was amazing. It was a sight to behold. Jan's drumming was amazing. Got to finally meet Jamie. Him be as intimidating as he was up there on stage playing bass and doing vocals. It was awesome. Killer guitarist from their new guitarist Joaquin. Really awesome set. They played pretty much a little bit of everything throughout their full lengths. Some 7-inch EP stuff I think they played. Very wide and diverse sort of set. And it should also go without saying that this weekend I'll have some footage of Brodequin that I took from their set. They're the only band that I got live footage of. Pretty much I was in the moment with everything else going on here. It really didn't snap to me to get some live footage, but I wanted to get something from Brodequin, and I definitely will have that ready for you by the end of this weekend. Then the last band to play out the show was Brutality. Yeah, of course, Brutality, a long-running death metal band from the U.S., very legendary band, very widely regarded and respected band. Of course, having been there since 2:30 p.m., I was fucking tankard and exhausted. I stuck around for as much as I could of their set, and they sounded really good. Really killer performances from Brutality to end out the set of Building Temples from Deathfest. Very entertaining stuff. But yeah, overall, probably one of the most fun Building Temple shows I've ever been to. I really commend Brian from Ossuary Industries and Cryptos from Ossuary and the Dreadlair for making something like this happen. Really killer set. Excuse me one moment, I gotta get one more little piece of merch that I forgot to get for this video here. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, we're gonna run down the merch haul. Everything I got and some special gifts that were given to me from very special friends. But yeah, first off, let me show you the one little novelty item that I have here. Sick were great, but I wanted to get something from them, so I got these socks. Sick socks. These little calf-high socks with the Sick logo put on them. Low-key, I've always wanted one of those designer quality sort of socks. I know Devourment has some, but Sick had these available. I got me a pair. Very cool, very comfy. Love these a lot. Got a couple of shirts. First, this is the only... Jaleel from Rottenness had told me that he had set aside a shirt just for me to buy, and I couldn't say no to this one. Yeah, this is a Rottenness shirt. Mayan Grind Machines. Really killer shit. This is a blue shirt, of course. I don't really have many blue shirts, but I couldn't really say no to Jaleel on this offer. Yeah, tour dates for their trek on the back, and of course at the very bottom is the Building Temples from Deathfest. Very cool tour shirt. I also got this shirt from Devin of Limbsplitter. He was parting ways with some of his shirt collection, and the one shirt that I saw that he had, I really wanted, and this is probably one of the most over-the-top t-shirts that I own, and this is a Lividity shirt. Yeah, really over-the-top design here. Got the slut before I fuck. Really rowdy Lividity shirt design, and of course you have the back of the shirt. Can't be saved, grab and kill, all should die, this one will. Really rowdy shit, and it goes without saying, Lividity have a brand new full length coming out at the end of November. Hopefully before my hiatus I can review the new Lividity album. We'll see how all of that shit goes. Got some music. First we got a tape from Aaron of Goat Throne Records. I finally got to meet him in the flesh at Building Temples. It was really cool to talk to him. He hooked me up with one of his latest tape releases. I know he put out the Infuriate full-length album that Everlasting Spew did the CD of. Then there's another Everlasting Spew release. Yeah, this is Valgrind with Blackest Horizon. Sorry about the glare there, but yeah. Valgrind, Blackest Horizon. This is the tape version from Goat Throne Records, and this is the newest album from this band. They are based out of Italy, and they play this really top-tier, brutal, technical sort of style of death metal. Yeah, these guys have been around for quite a while, and this band knows exactly what they're doing when it comes to putting out music. This is a very, very impressive release. And of course, Everlasting Spew has been putting out top-quality releases throughout the bulk of 2018. And this is another fine exception here. But yeah, you see this very badass artwork on here. J-card with layout and lyrics and additional art. Very, very sick, high-quality stuff here. Comes on this black pro tape. Side A, Side B. Really, really good quality done on this tape. But yeah, definitely check out Valgrind. Very, very impressive stuff out of Italy. Yeah. Next up, we got a whole bunch of CDs here, and this first one is a demo. This is the 2018 Reviled demo. Yeah, this was put out through Sound of White Noise Records, and yeah. It's only 3 tracks long, but it gives you a glimpse of what a band like Reviled are working on, and they are set to have a very, very strong year ahead of them. They kicked ass live, and these songs that are on this CD are very sick here. Preferably Skewered and Cranial Decimation. It's really, really killer stuff here, but yeah, you see this rowdy looking artwork going on here. Sort of a digi-sleeve sort of thing. Pro CD. Very good quality on this thing. But yeah, Reviled are definitely a band to be paying attention to. They were amazing. Next up, we got a pair of Ossuary Industries CDs. I can't attend an Ossuary Fest without buying some Ossuary merchandising. And of course, this is one of the CDs that I got. Yeah, this is Scattered Remnants with Procreating Mass Carnage. Yeah. This is their debut demo from 1994, and this got released on CD and tape through Ossuary Industries. Of course, this band is based out of Massachusetts. They were a very, very legendary and pioneering band to represent brutal death metal, and this demo here is absolutely amazing. All the way through and through. Profanation of Christ, infusing fecal embryo, cranial defilement. Absolutely classic material. This is a very, very fulfilling 25-minute long demo, and I definitely love that this got put to CD and tape. But yeah, dig the quality on this thing. Classic album cover art here, pro CD. You have lyrics and stuff. Very nice little lyric sheet going on here. Very, very top quality stuff here put out through Ossuary. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance to listen to Scattered Remnants, I definitely would recommend that you do so. Absolutely amazing stuff. This is another band that's on Ossuary Industries that are really, really making a big impact and impressing a lot. Yeah. This is Impaled Offering with The Agony of Rebirth. Yeah. This is their newest release. It's a co-release between Ossuary Industries and Severed Records. And yeah. New Mexico-based brutal death metal. They were impressive live, and this is quite an impressive album to listen to on the way back. But yeah, very, very impressive stuff. Crowbar disfigurement, cowering inside the catacombs, slave-driven into oblivion. Really, really impressive songwriting, good vocals, great bass tones, solid drumming. But yeah, love this artwork, lyric booklet, band photos, very good quality presentation on this CD here. Really had a blast listening to this thing, and I want to see and continue to hear this band become a bigger force in the future. But yeah, Impaled Offering with The Agony of Rebirth. Yeah, definitely check this one out. Next up, I got a pair of splits here, and this first split here is quite an interesting one. Yeah, this is the split between Odious Embowel and Sexual Atrocities. Yeah, this is a split release through Unmatched Brutality Records. Of course, the name of the split is US Pricks versus Kiwi Cunts. Yeah, the US Cunts being Sexual Atrocities. I believe they're based out of Wisconsin, and this band features current and former members of bands such as Anal Blast, Dr. Shrinker. They have this really over-the-top, sexualized sort of hybrid of death metal and grindcore. It's just really, really solid stuff. This band used to be known as Screaming Afterbirth, but they then changed their name to Sexual Atrocities. I believe they put out a full-length through Severed Records, and a lot of the songs that are on here are pretty much wild, crazy, and over-the-top. Last Days of Sobriety, Gulp My Guys, Drink My Explode, 3 Holes, 4 Poles, Jankum Binge, Mannequin Guy Stalker. So wild and over the top this band is, but I really enjoyed their side of the split. Of course, Odious Imbel from Australia. Really, really killer stuff. I know I talked about this particular Odious Imbel release previously on my channel, and that's what's included on this split, is that particular EP release from Odious Imbel with Blue Jensen from Guttural Secrete on vocals. Really awesome stuff, and it's even more awesome to listen to it again on this particular release. I definitely feel it fits and works out quite well here. Of course, you have this little booklet here with artwork pieces from both of the projects. Song titles and credits. Really, really top quality split here. But yeah, if you like over-the-top metal, Odious Imbel and Sexual Atrocities are really, really killer with the split. And the last CD that I'm going to show you here is a split that was being promoted for this particular show and tour and whatever. But I'm very happy that this exists and that it's awesome. Yeah, this is the 3-way split between Coathanger Abortion, Sacrificial Slaughter, and Rottenness, entitled The Hate Divide. Really, really killer 3-way split from all 3 of these particular bands. I mean, you get the Coathanger Abortion side with all the cover tracks. Really, really amazing and entertaining stuff. Sacrificial Slaughter, a wide majority of brand new material, Fetal Banishment, The Separation of Innocence, crazy stuff. And then, of course, you have Rottenness' side. You have the song Altered Cabron, really fun stuff. I Wanna Be Your Dog, Stooges cover, very entertaining stuff here. But yeah, Horror, Pain, Gore, Death Productions put this out. Yeah, you have a little fold out with all the bands, all the band members in question. Really, really killer stuff. But yeah, very awesome split from 3 top quality bands, and all the songs that are on this split are very entertaining. So yeah, The Hate Divide, Coathanger Abortion, Sacrificial Slaughter, and Rottenness. Go check this one out. And these last things I'm going to show you here are some personal gifts given to me by some very, very great friends. First off, I got this little SpongeBob tin box from Brian from Ossuary Industries. He totally surprised me with this thing. Yeah. Anybody knows I love SpongeBob SquarePants, and this guy hooked it up big time here with this little tin box here. Definitely kept my CDs safe and sound in this thing, and yeah, really, really high quality thing here. I love this a lot. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. And this last thing is going to be a little big to show, so I'm going to push this table back just a little bit so I can have some room to show you what I'm talking about here. My friend Luis from Austin hooked me up with this SpongeBob painting that he found at a Goodwill, I believe, and he wanted to add a little something special to it. So he added my YouTube channel logo initials onto this thing, and what we have here is this fucking huge SpongeBob painting. There you see the JMA logo initials on this thing. SpongeBob just looking cool in the waves, looking really badass, and this is just so fucking awesome. Thank you so much, Luis, for all of this. And I love what he put at the fucking on the top, on the right side of this thing. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says, "No poser left unblocked." If you know, then you know. If you don't know, then you're probably better off not knowing. But yeah, thank you, Luis. I really, really appreciate that a lot. I love you to death, brother. But yeah, Building Temples from Deathfest 2018 in the books. One of the best fests I've attended this year, and hopefully if this happens again, I'll try my damnedest to make it out to it. So yeah, if any of you happen to attend Building Temples from Deathfest this year, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you felt about it. I'm going to leave you some links to some of the bands I talked to you about here in this video. Yeah, Building Temples from Deathfest was amazing. big shout outs and love to Brian and Cryptos for helping make this happen. So yeah, I'm going to conclude this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for going to my channel. And until the next time, Army Ho out.